everybody. Happy Friday night, and welcome to the Red Scare. This is our Atomic Age Cthulhu series that we've just started, and it is set in a small town in Ohio in the 1950s. We're going to go ahead and introduce our cast in just a moment, but want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. If it's your first time here, welcome. Glad you found us. If you've been here before, welcome back. Thank you. Again, we appreciate your support. If you could, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel so you can continue to follow all the games we have. Let's go ahead and introduce our cast. I'm going to start with Vala first.
Hi, I am Vala. I play Delilah Crane, the feisty red-headed science nerd.
Alrighty. And let's go with Maura next.
Hi, I'm Maura, and I play Clara, the artsy photographer.
Okay. And a new face to the channel. I don't think we've ever seen this person before. Loisius, maybe, is it? And you're muted.
Yeah, I was muted like a fool. Yep, never been here before. Never been on a single game that you've ever run. Who are you? But hello, I'm Aloysius. I'm playing Soda Pop Stevens, the greaser kid who was constantly getting in trouble with the law because he's got some bad influences in his life.
I blame the rock and or roll. So
it's that dang rock music.
That dang rock music. It's rotting their brains. Well, hey, let's jump into the game. In our first episode, when we met our characters, they live in a small town called Catsbridge, Illinois. It's kind of a small town about 2 hours west of Chicago. We began on a Friday night. Our characters had just left a movie, one of the latest science fiction films called The Six-Legged Menace. As they were leaving the theater, they noticed what looked like something in the sky, maybe an object, something red in the sky. It seemed to almost hover for a minute. Being inquisitive kids, they decided to go investigate. They walked down the sidewalk to a small wooded area that leads down to a pond that eventually feeds into the Catsbridge River. When they got down there, they found some ominous slime, some kind of goop on the ground. They had followed it down to the pond and were getting ready to investigate. Unfortunately, they were spotted by a sheriff's deputy by the name of Lester Banks. Lester's kind of a stick in the mud and was kind of suspicious about Andrew being out with these young ladies and kind of ordered everybody to go home. They at home, I think things kind of relaxed a bit, but they actually did eventually end up going back to the pond. And that's where they found out that the pond was a little bit deeper than it normally was. And I believe someone decided to go in and investigate, or perhaps they were looking into the pond. I believe that was maybe Delilah.
The first night we went, yes.
Yes, yep. And she ended up in the pond and was restrained, we'll say, by some sort of tentacle-like appendages, we'll say. Andrew had jumped in to attempt to rescue her, and kind of long story short, they did all get out of the pond, drenched, with more questions than answers about possibly what was down there and possibly what had grabbed Delilah. We're going to pick up 2 days later. It's a Monday morning and the kids are getting ready for school. On Sunday, Clara decided to develop the pictures that she had taken. I think she had tried to take some pictures of the object in the sky, and I'm not sure if they came out too well. But I believe she tried to take some other pictures around the pond. Is that correct?
That sounds correct, yes.
Okay, that was a question for Clara. So
Oh, yeah. Lala. Yes.
that's okay. So I want to have you actually make a roll. We're going to see how well those pictures came out. And I believe she has photography. Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, let's have you make a photography roll, and let's see how those pictures potentially came out.
There we go.
Okay. Well, she got a good picture of her thumb and a close-up of a tree, but it seems like nothing really came out very well. But she seems like she would be kind of a dedicated artist that she's probably gonna try again, perhaps later if the kids decide to go back to the pond. I think what we're going to do though is we're going to pick up again on Monday morning, and the kids are actually walking to school. The high school is just off Main Street. The way it was built was, say, there was the elementary school, then the middle school, and the high school all right next to each other. The kids all, I think, live fairly close to each other, I think we decided.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Andrew had to walk the wrong direction the other night because of a grouchy old deputy. But the kids are picking up Monday morning and walking to school, and I think that's where I want to kind of start off with is their conversation.
Morning, Clara.
Morning.
So we haven't really been able to see each other over the weekend much. Did anything else interesting happen?
Not really. I got those pictures developed. They didn't turn out quite like I would hope. But such is art.
Andrew comes running up from behind you guys. You hear his footsteps coming up, and he kind of tries to be cool and tries to slide up right next to you and ends up. But let's I'm going to make him make a roll. Let's see. I want to see. Actually, would it be dexterity or he's trying to be cool? Just dexterities. Let's see how he does. He just about stumbles past you, and kind of manages to. He's really trying to catch his. And that, I'm sorry, that was Mora. Never mind. That was Mora. Okay, sorry about that, Andrew. Let's try that again. Okay. Sorry about that. I had her sheet open.
Barely.
He just barely slides in, just without tripping. Just kind of slides in. He's like, "Good morning, ladies." Oh wait, I mean, guys.
Morning, Andrew.
Good morning.
He's like, "Hey, I wanted to show you," and he kind of pulls out from under his arm. He's got this big notepad, and he says, "I did a couple sketches from the other night." He's like, I tried to sketch out what that spaceship or whatever it was I felt at the bottom of the pool, and the first page he has shows the symbols that he had kind of felt on the side of the ship or whatever object was under the pond. He had described them to you before, but now you can kind of see them, and they're really just kind of weird geometric shapes. No real kind of rhyme or reason to them. But they look like, maybe they could be a language. Who knows? Maybe they're just decorative. But he shows this first one to you.
That's interesting. Do you know what it might mean?
I don't have a clue. He's like, but it could be a language of some sort. You know, they always say that, you know, like say like our spacecraft. I mean, you know, we write, you know, USA on there or whatever. Maybe this is like their country or something. I could have him make a UFO lore roll, I suppose. Let's just have him roll it just for giggles. Oh, all right.
Those are good giggles.
Yeah. Yeah, he goes, I'm almost positive it's probably some kind of name or something. He goes, but it doesn't really look like an Earth language. He's like, but I could go to the library later and and maybe look it up and see if maybe these symbols are, maybe they're hieroglyphics from. And he just continues to go off as you guys walk about possibly what these symbols could be. And just as he thinks as soon as he notices you may not be listening anymore, he flips over the page and he goes, and then I drew this one. And it is a picture of what looks like tentacles or more, but they're thinner than like what you would think of as like octopus tentacles. They're almost like tendrils from a plant, like these red and pink things emerging from water. And he says, this is what I was thinking. Maybe it was holding you, Delilah, under the water. See how they I mean, I don't know. I mean, what did they feel like when they were holding you?
Do I remember specifically how they felt?
You do. It felt rubbery, but it wasn't thick like what you would think of as like octopus or squid tentacles. It was thin, more like a plant. So he's kind of dead on with what he drew.
Yeah, that totally looks the way that it felt. I couldn't really see the color of it, but it was thin like that, so it could be that.
Well, I just thought since the slime we saw was so pink and red, I just assumed that that the and he kind of pushes his glasses up a little bit, that they were probably the same color. I mean, I can only deduce that it was something came from the pond and left the pond, and it has tentacles. And he's very proud of himself.
That would make sense.
Okay. And you've now arrived in front of the school. Typical movie, high school, kids all over the place. Some kids not quite ready to go into school yet. And then there's this one kid who's sitting on the wall, kind of a low arching wall that outside the front gates of the school. And you recognize him. You've talked to him before. His name's Soda Pop. And he's just kind of sitting there. I don't know if he's smoking or not.
He's definitely smoking. He's a
smoker. Okay. Probably has a comb, is combing his hair for the 100th time that morning.
Yeah, always making sure, very strategically as well, making sure that just a little bit dangles in front of his face.
That little curl on the forehead.
Yep.
Exactly.
Wait, is he Clark Kent? No, it's Kent. No. Actually, I'm sorry. Superman only has the curls. Clark Kent does not have the curl.
No.
So you guys walk past Soda Pop.
Do we know him well? Or does Andrew know him better?
Andrew knows him better. But you guys know of him as well, he's a senior. He has a car. He's probably the kind of kid your parents wouldn't want you talking to, which means you want to talk to him. But he seems like he'd be, I don't want to say someone with resources, means of, and obviously a vehicle can get places. But yeah, I would say he's probably a decent acquaintance of yours.
Hey, Soda Pop.
Hey,
And Andrew seems like he wants to go over and show Soda Pop his drawings. But then the bell rings, and it's the 5 minutes till homeroom or whatever,
Mhm.
And he's like, hey, Soda Pop, I got something I got to show you.
What you gotta show me?
I got to get to class. I mean, I don't want to be late.
All right, find me a lunch.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'd like to know. Let's just for shits and giggles, what kind of classes? I think two of you. Well, let's see. Andrew is 15, so he's probably a sophomore. I'm going to guess. The other two, I think, are about 15, 16, or are they older than that?
Delilah's 16.
She's 16, so she's probably junior. We'll say maybe
15.
sophomore, junior, somewhere in that. Okay. How about Clara?
Soda Pop is 17.
Okay. He probably takes shop. So
yeah, the one thing he's good at.
Hey, those kids go on to make a lot of money.
Right?
Okay.
That they do.
Delilah, as she's walking into the school building, just gets that feeling like that somebody walked on my grave, Phil. That kind of that chill that goes down your back.
I'm gonna look around and see if there's anyone like directly near me.
Could you give me a spot hidden roll, please?
Oh, sure.
Ooh. Boom. Okay. You know to look directly across the schoolyard towards the group of there's about 3 pine trees, that kind of decorative pine trees that are kind of the very edge of the school property. And you just get this feeling like you're being watched from right over there.
I'm going to make a note of that and then continue on to class.
Okay. All right. What we're not going to go through all their classes. We're not going to be boring and talk about their whole school day.
Let's act out an entire school day, guys.
If you really would like to, that's up to you.
No,
I may go have a beer and come back. So
Soda Pop would loathe nothing more than that. So
okay, good, thank you.
I already went through school today, so I'm not skipping it.
We're gonna say that all 4 characters happen to have the same lunch period, and they have to go past the library, the school library, as they go to lunch. They're probably all coming at different times, but they're going to all basically see the same thing. They're going to see the librarian, who is a young woman. I mean, she's probably in about her early 20s. Her name is Ms. Lopez. She's kind of a tall woman, wearing a kind of a blue dress. She's only been at the school maybe about 3 years, so she apparently just came straight out of school and got the job here. But she's beloved by the kids. She has always been like a mentor to the students. She has always been encouraging the kids. Even in her short time, she has really made a huge impact on a lot of the kids' lives. But you see her coming in and out of the library, and she's carrying like stacks of books. And she's kind of got a pencil behind her ear, and she seems very frustrated as she's taking these books out, and she's taking them over to a cart that's sitting outside the library. And there's a man standing by the cart. This kind of this grim-faced looking man. You don't recognize him. He's probably late 40s, maybe about 50 years old. He's in kind of a dark suit. He's got this clipboard, and he's making notes. Ms. Lopez is coming in and out. She takes the books, she just drops them on the cart unceremoniously, and then just kind of turns on her heel and kind of goes back in. So you notice that she's probably for about like 10 minutes, as you guys are all collectively coming by, is taking these books out of the library and putting them on a cart.
Ms. Lopez, what's going on?
And she kind of brushes her. She's like, oh, well, someone has decided that certain books should not be in the school library, and that they are offensive and perhaps are giving our children the wrong ideas. And the man just kind of
How
clears
topical.
clears this through. He's like, Ms. Lopez, I believe there are 6 more titles that need to be removed for preservation purposes. She's like, and she just kind of mumbles something in Spanish under her breath, and but you recognize it as, asshole. And she's like, let me go get this for you. And she says, sorry kids, I'll have to talk to you later. I'm quite busy with removing these offensive materials.
Would you like some help, Ms. Lopez?
She says, that would be she goes, oh, it's your lunchtime, girls. I can finish it up. You don't need to be bothered by this. She says, maybe you can get them at some other library to read them, but certainly you won't be able to read them here at school.
May I get that list from you later?
She's like, I'm sure it'll be in the newspaper.
Most likely.
And she says, no, she says, thank you, but please go enjoy your lunch.
Okay, thank you, Miss Lopez.
Good luck.
She's
As we walk past, can I take a glance at the cart and see if there's any books I notice?
Sure. They are, you recognize Catcher in the Rye. You recognize one called The Hobbit. You recognize Pride and Prejudice. Some popular titles. Some of the other ones you don't recognize. There is a book about, and it seems like it's fairly recent, about the Soviet Union. Some history books, and another one about socialism. Just in general, socialist theory. So,
okay. I'm gonna keep walking until I guess we meet the boys.
Okay. Yeah.
I wonder.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I wonder why the Hobbit is considered dangerous.
I don't know. Maybe
I wonder why Pride and Prejudice is considered dangerous. Unless, of course, they don't want us girls to get all uppity as our heroines in that very fantastic fictional story.
Possibly.
I suspect you're right there. Yeah, and even you even see some like magazines that were, there's a science fiction magazine or two that probably something Andrew would read. Weird tales from beyond the universe or something like that. And he's like, I got that one at home. It's okay. So yeah, but you then arrive in the lunchroom, and it is typical lunchroom. Lunch ladies serving out crap that looks awful. And you guys get your trays. A kid attempts to knock over Andrew's tray as he's kind of going by, but like kind of does tries to like flip his tray as he goes by. And let's see if Andrew can keep it together. I just like picking on Andrew. He's such a good kid.
He's so good. I have to ruin him.
Let's see. Not appearance, not intelligence. Let's do a constitution for him. Come on, Andrew.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he manages to hold his tray. And he's like, nice try, Scotty. And you
Okay,
guys
and
have
then
got-
as Scotty's walking by,
Mhm.
like another 10 feet or whatever,
Mhm.
I trip him.
Okay. and he goes sprawling out. Tray flies, milk crashes, and of course, everyone starts laughing the way people do in high school.
You should walk.
Um,
You should watch where you're walking, Scotty.
And he's like, I'm not gonna. He gets up and he's kind of like, yeah. And Scotty is on the football team, so he's got his Letterman jacket on, and he's like,
Ooh.
watch who you trip, greaser.
Just gonna shrug his shoulders and just keep going.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You. The girls and Andrew see Soda Pop, and Andrew's like, oh, hey, Soda Pop, can we sit with you?
I gesture to the open table with nobody else at it.
Kind of like the Fonz. He has his office, Okay. Yeah. And Andrew quickly runs over to sit down. Do the girls follow, or?
I'm going to follow. I'm just not going to run.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Andrew gets out his pad, and he gives Soda Pop kind of a quick rundown of everything they've seen. He does mention the deputy, Deputy Banks, who Soda Pop has had a couple run-ins with himself.
The deputy jerk.
Deputy jerk, yeah. So Andrew just kind of leaves it at, well, he thought, because I was a boy with these two young girls at night, that, it was probably going to be a problem. So I, rather than start trouble, I just went home.
That guy is whack.
So he tries to give, in his quick, when Andrew gets excited, he speaks very quickly. But he does start showing the sketches to Soda Pop. So it kind of gets him, we would say, up to speed, as it were. Clara, while you're eating lunch, you get a feeling, again, like somebody walked over your grave. Like just this chill down your spine. I mean, almost like if you had this black inky tattoo on you. No, I'm just kidding.
Can't imagine how that feels like.
Could you give me a spot hidden roll, please?
Yeah. Nope.
Nope. Maybe there's just a draft in here. You maybe pull your sweater up a little tighter.
Claire, are you all right?
It's cold in here. I don't know what it is, but it's cold.
Okay.
I don't believe it's cold in here. Did something happen?
I just got a weird feeling, like a chill.
That happened to me earlier.
It
I think
did?
Soda Pop's too cool to get scared. So.
Yeah, I felt like someone walked over my grave, and I looked, and I get the feeling that, the grouping of pine trees outside? I feel like there may have been something watching me from in there.
Huh. Well, that's also how I felt, like somebody stepped on my grave, but it was in here, but I didn't really
That's interesting.
See?
Can I take a look to see if anyone's blatantly looking at her?
Yeah, and Soda Pop. And now that you kind of see them looking around, if you wanna take a look as well, you can.
He'll take a look around because he's just like looking at just everybody and what they're talking about and thinking they're whacked out of their mind, but he is intrigued nonetheless.
Well, Delilah sees nothing.
Soda Pop also sees nothing.
Okay.
How about Andrew?
Andrew?
Yeah,
All right, yeah.
Andrew.
All right, let's have him roll. No,
Nope,
he's
no one sees
No.
anything.
Nobody sees anything.
Yeah, he's
We're
beginning
fine.
to sketch again in his book. Oh, hey, hello, Crash. Welcome. Yeah, so Andrews is continuing to sketch, and he is drawing what looks like the when you guys had looked when you came out of the movie theater, kind of that that view over the town, and he drew this probably your stereotypical flying saucer, but with red edges to it. And he's like, this is what I remembered it looked like. I mean, even if it ends up not being real, I mean, this is a great idea for a story, don't you think?
Definitely. Hey, maybe you can make it into a movie.
A movie? Oh shucks, I don't have but I would like to write a comic book.
I can see that.
And then he kind of looks over at Soda Pop for approval. Like, is that cool to do?
Yeah, I would say Soda Pop doesn't say anything, but he just like nods approvingly.
He's like, oh.
Especially since it's sort of like, at the time, like at this time in history, comics are sort of becoming that, more taboo thing that parents are like, this is the cause of delinquency right here.
But he looks over at Soda Pop for like, he's a cool guy. Like, I want like his approval.
Yeah. He just nods approvingly. He doesn't say anything, but he's like, oh yeah.
That's an idea, Crash. Maybe we could turn it into some kind of tabletop game 60 years later. Yes. Okay. So again, you are still at lunch having a conversation. Anything anyone wants to ask, or
How long is our lunch period?
you probably get, I would say, 40 minutes. So you're probably 10 minutes into it. So
does anyone want to check out the pine trees with me?
Sure. Can we
Sure,
go
why not?
outside?
Andrew's like,
School
I
building.
don't know if we're allowed to leave the building during school.
Andy, don't be a square.
I'm not. I don't want to get in trouble. I mean, I do have geometry after this.
Okay,
You'll
we
be back
we
in
can
time
go.
for geometry.
It's fine. We can check it out after class, after school.
Well,
We don't get in trouble if you don't get caught.
and
I like that mentality.
Andrew's like, I want to go, but I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble.
We'll be
let's
back
just go
in
after
time for
class.
geometry. We got this.
Don't
It's
be a
fine.
square when you can be non-Euclidean.
That's good. That's a good one.
That was a good one. Okay, I'm gonna see if let's see. Would Andrew follow peer pressure? He would certainly not follow peer pressure. So he is not going to go with you. But if
Let's just go after school. Let's just go after school.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you guys are heading towards your next classes. As you're heading back to class, you're passing by the library. Ms. Lopez looks like she's done now, and she's just kind of standing with her arms crossed, while the man with the clipboard looks like he's going through them again. And you hear him say something about, we're missing Heart of Darkness. And she just spins on her heel again and goes kind of marching back in. The rest of the day passes for teenagers. I mean, a boring day in school, but you each get, again, and this time Soda Pop, a feeling like you're being watched. And I'm going to give you each a chance again to roll a spot hidden. It's at different times. You're in different classes, so you're not together. we're going to say Soda Pop is in the auto shop, and it's a garage, out kind of attached to the school. He's got his head under a hood, working on something, and he just that feeling like somebody's behind him.
All right. I'll sort of like slide out from under the car and take a look around.
Yeah.
I don't see anything.
Nope. Goes over, turns up that rock and roll music slightly louder. So.
Yeah, just like just my terrible thoughts.
Bad intentions, sir. Okay, let's go with Clara next.
Clara's gonna be, she's gonna keep looking around because now she's paranoid.
Okay.
I don't know if I should make another roll or just say that I'm looking.
I didn't see it come up. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
Nope.
Now you can spend luck if you want to. It's
I'm
up to
spending
you.
luck.
Okay. You can spend six luck. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. You're in class and the windows are open because the school is not air conditioned because it's 1957. They wouldn't have had an air conditioned school. And you luckily happen to have a seat in that row that is right by the windows, which during the winter sucks because you're freezing. But this time of year, it's still a little bit cool. And as you're looking out the window, it's getting later in the afternoon, but you do see the parking lot, student and teacher parking lot, and something. You just caught a glimpse of something down by the kind of the rear side of a car, like something just kind of moving past the cars, almost like somebody was hunched down and was kind of walking behind the cars.
Is anybody in my class?
No. Unfortunately, none of you are all in the same class at the same time.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna get very distracted and just stare out the window of the class period and seeing if I can get a better glimpse.
And Clara, and the teacher speaks up.
Yes.
And what year was the Battle of Hastings?
1950. 1853. Sorry.
No.
Oh.
Please pay attention. This will be on the test.
Yes, ma'am.
Delilah, you were in a class, and where would she sit? I'm curious. Is she a back 1066? Thank you. Yep, that was the correct answer.
In England, nonetheless.
Yep. Roll call. Yeah. Would she be a sit in the middle? She sit in the front? Sit in the back? What kind of kid is she?
She'd probably sit somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
Probably also close to a window if there's one in the room.
I always detested the kids who had to sit up front. They were just like, it's just an ass kisser to me. But anyway.
Well, as someone who wears glasses naturally, I always have to sit in the front.
That's fine. But there's a reason for that.
Yes.
not just an apple polisher. Okay. No. But yeah, she's
definitely known a few of those before.
While she's in class, give me a spot hidden, and I'm going to give you can roll it at advantage.
Ooh. Nope.
Oof. Okay. Nothing you notice in class. So, okay, your the last bell goes off, and the kids are free. It's Monday afternoon, and you all gather out front. Soda Pop is probably heading to the parking lot for his car, while the other kids who walk are gonna walk home. So, what's the plan when you get outside?
I'm probably gonna look for Soda Pop and just kind of jog over to him.
Okay.
I'm also going to do the same and keep an eye out for Andrew.
Okay. Andrew comes over, and he's got his notepad, and he's looking around. He's going, "We can check out that tree now if you want to."
I don't think you have to whisper.
Oh, during class, I spotted something weird around the cars.
Around the cars?
Yeah, it looked like something.
Soda Pop immediately defensively goes to look towards his car.
Who messed with my car? No.
It looked like somebody was like skulking around the cars.
Okay.
Like,
well, do you see
down.
the car that it was near?
Yeah, you can.
I will point it out.
Yeah, she can identify about where it was.
Well, we can go look there first.
Okay.
It's closer than the trees.
Was it close to the trees?
No.
Okay.
You and you guys go walking out there, and you kind of come around a corner of cars, and Soda Pop, someone has smashed eggs all over your car.
Huh.
Andrew's like, that's a rotten thing to do.
Hopefully the eggs weren't rotten.
Hopefully. I can't imagine that's easy.
I would like
out.
Soda Pop to make a sanity roll.
Okay. Fair enough.
That would be something that would really anger him.
Yes. He succeeds.
He keeps it together, but
Oh, he's really gritting his teeth, though.
Soda Pop, do you know who would do something like this?
I bet it was Scotty, because I tripped him at lunch.
Where would he have gotten all the eggs?
And so quick, too.
Well, I'm not seeing anything around these cars except for this very eggy car now. Should we go take a look at the trees and then we can come back and clean this up?
Yeah. I'll also give the time that I saw it. the
Crash has jokes.
Constant and eternal.
Yeah, Andrew seems to want to get away from Soda Pop right now, or it feels like he should probably leave his presence at the moment.
Give him a moment.
He needs a moment. But it's up to Soda Pop. What does he want to do?
Oh, well, his instinct is to be like, I like Andy, but fuck whatever he's doing right now. I gotta clean my car.
Exactly. Okay. So
Do we get the feeling that Soda Pop needs his space right now? Or that we should help him?
You know what? Let's make a roll on that to see.
Would that be psychology or something?
Yeah, let's do psychology to see if, because you don't know him that well.
I have no clue what this dude wants.
Nope. Let's see what Clara.
Oh, okay.
I have better.
Not that good.
You're not quite sure, so possibly you linger. Maybe you linger a little
do you
too
want
long.
help?
Sure.
Do you have any rags on you?
He'll like walk to the to his trunk and he'll pull out a few rags. More than likely, at least a couple of them have some grease stains on them, but they're better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Andrew
So I'll
says,
take one and help.
Andrew says, I'll go get a bucket of water from like the kitchen or something, and in the cafeteria. They should be able to get me a bucket of water.
Yeah.
Just to give him a thumbs up.
And he goes sprinting away.
I'll also grab a rag and help. How many eggs does it look
Probably
like?
about 5 or 6. They were not rotten, but they've been sitting there for a couple hours in the sun.
Ew.
So
Wonderful.
And as you're cleaning it up, a couple of the football players come walking by. And one of them calls out, he says, did your car have eggs today? Are you trying to make an omelet?
Which one was it?
You recognize a certain person you tripped is in the group.
Is he the one that said it?
No, he did not say it. Somebody else said it.
Okay.
We're going to say the quarterback. He's the tallest guy.
Scott, did you do this?
Scott goes, no. He's like, I've been at school all day. Who knows? Maybe a bird flew over or something and dropped eggs on it. I don't know.
Didn't know you had cronies working for you now.
I don't know. It sounds like something a chicken would do.
And he stops and goes, I don't know what a crony is, but I don't like what you called me.
How old are you, Scott? How do you not know what a crony is? Are you back in like grade school or something?
Are you back in grade school? Mind your own business, little girl.
I don't know. This guy seems like a big old jerk.
What if I tell you his last name was Banks?
Oh, God.
Oh.
So really, you're just a big old jerk like your dad. Okay, I got it.
What are you talking about my dad for?
You know what I'm talking about.
He's like, if you weren't a girl, I'd slug you one.
Does it really matter that I'm a girl?
Well, yeah. I don't hit girls.
I don't know. Still seems like you're a chicken. That would explain all the eggs.
And the quarterback next to him actually laughs and kind of gives you a wink, kind of like, that was funny.
I'll just give him a wink back.
and that's when Andrew comes running up with the bucket. He says, hey guys, you'll never guess what I found. I found this egg carton. He's holding this empty egg carton, and then he sees Scott, and he's like, egg carton over by the steps.
Wow. That solves the mystery of the eggs.
Scott goes, I don't know what you're talking about. Just whatever, man.
Delilah's just going to start ignoring him and cleaning the car.
How many guys are here?
About 3 or 4. We'll say 3.
I'm
okay.
going to Scott the definition of cronies.
Go for the deck! Go for the deck!
If
I thought that I could like towel whip him, then I would, but
yeah, Soda Pop's gonna trip him again.
Okay, so he's gonna walk out and trip him again. Okay, all right. Let's see if I think I made a character sheet for him. Let's see what we got here. I did not. So sometimes I add them to Foundry if I have time, and sometimes I don't. So I'm gonna see if he can catch his balance here. He is a football player after all. He should be a perfect
Fuck them football
specimen.
players.
He does not. He again goes sprawling and hits the gravel.
Nice.
And he gets up and he's going to go to grab Soda Pop. So
All right.
So we technically have combat. So I believe we go in order of not speed, because I don't think I have speed here anymore.
Is it
Dodge. Dodge, Dex. What do you want me to do?
Let's do it by Dex. So
Okay. The good thing that's his best stat.
Okay. All right. So yeah, he's gonna go. Okay, let's look at. Let's see. So okay, so it goes. It's gonna go. Soda Pop. Let's see. Delilah's a 50.
I'm an 80 for
An 80. Oh, and what was yours again, Soda Pop? Your Dex?
Mine Dex is 80.
Okay, we're gonna say Soda Pop goes first.
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And I'm gonna edit your sheet actually because it still says Atomic Age Mora. I'm gonna put Clara there. That's why I could never find you. So
Oh.
there we go. Oops. There we go. Okay. Clara. Okay. And then Clara, and then Dickhead, and then and then Delilah, and then I don't know if Andrew may not join in, but yeah, let's start off with what does Soda Pop? He's going to Scott is going to grab you.
Going to grab me.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna
touch the leather jacket.
How dare.
That's a sin,
Ooh, I kind of want to, like, as he's like charging at me, I kind of want to like clothesline him.
Okay. I would say that's probably still brawl, I guess.
Yeah, okay, figured.
Yeah.
Good thing I'm pretty good at
this system
that.
pretty much everything is brawl if it's with hands, so.
Yeah, like even melee weapons is still brawl.
Exactly, yeah.
Damn, that was almost so good.
Would you like to push it, though?
I forget. Remind me what that entails.
Well, a push is you can re-roll it, but if you fail again, something very, very, very bad could happen.
Sure, I'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay.
Damn! Oh, it's almost so good again. Well, now double bad things are going to happen.
Okay. Not only does he grab you, he punches you twice in the face, and slams your head onto your car hood that is covered in eggs. And I'm gonna see how much damage you take. One. Okay, you take one damage.
Wow, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. But yeah, he just you instead of getting out of the way or trying to do whatever, you just totally ran into him. Clara.
Do I want to get involved in this? That is the question here. Can I try to
Sorry.
Can I try to get Scott off of a Soda Pop?
You can once I get the server running again. It for some reason decided to stop running. So
how dare I noticed that, and how dare it?
I was confused. What happened.
I swear it times out after a certain amount of time. It just times out. Okay, so the plan is that you are going to try to grab him and pull him off of,
Yeah, or
of
at
Soda
least
Pop.
try to, yeah, or at least try to get him
Okay,
a few steps away.
okay. Let's try this again here. All right. What would be everyone else's plans while we're waiting?
Well, Scott goes before I do,
Uh-huh.
but I would probably try to jump on his back.
Okay. Okay. I just try to get an idea what everyone's gonna do here.
If it's still appropriate at that time, of course.
Yeah. All right. This is the only thing it does suck about Foundry is character sheets are in here, so tell you what. Let me see if I can roll for you guys, and we'll try to be fair about it. Let's see. No, that's not fair. I don't want like that. Okay. Well, while we're waiting, I'll throw in an ad for next week's vampire game. It's going to be next Thursday. It will be the next episode of Blood in the Water, episode 3, Bonded by Blood. So that will be next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Twitch. And that's still waiting for this to load. So okay. All right. I'm gonna
This
keep things
page
moving.
will let you know once the server is ready.
Exactly. I made a roll for Clara, and she rolled a 4. So, yeah, she's very successful in grabbing him. I don't know what her strength would be offhand.
I don't remember what her strength is.
And you know what? I'm just going to make a roll for her and see how she does. Oof. No, you don't want that. No, she's not successful. And wait, hold on. It's coming back here. Come on. Sorry, guys.
Technical difficulties.
We will pick up as soon as I get back in. And I don't know if you guys will have to... You might have to log back in again. Sorry. We're going to pick up that you were successful in grabbing him.
Okay.
There we go. And then you would be, well, let's think about this. Boom. You drag him back. You may have done the whole thing where you grab him by the belt and you get that one, and then like by his shirt, and yeah, and you pull him. I don't know if you went into like mama bear mode or something like that, but you pulled this big guy off of Soda Pop. And that is... Yes, I know. Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, you managed to pull him off. He is now going to probably try to get you off of him. So
I'd probably like let him go.
Okay.
After I
Okay.
get him off.
And yeah, you kind of let him, and he kind of does this kind of roll forward thing where he just kind of turns around and he's like stopping, looking at everybody. It would now be Delilah's turn.
I'm just gonna step closer to Clara and just leave it at that.
Okay.
Maybe like mad dog him a little bit, like try it or something. But if he's not actively attacking anyone, I'm just gonna hold off.
And then there's Andrew. What would
just
Andrew
watching
do?
all this unfold?
Andrew is definitely not a fighter. he's probably going to try to step in between everyone and use his persuade. He's not going to spend luck on that. He and Scott just kind of pushes him out of the way. So now we'd be back at the top. Soda Pop, you have been beaten, but you're far from down.
Yeah.
You're going on the top of the stage with the holding chair.
Oh boy, I imagine I'm still like kind of on the hood of the car, so
You kind of like pushed yourself up and you're covered in egg and
so I'm just gonna I would just spin around and just swing my fist.
Okay. Doesn't have a chain or anything like that, or a knife in his boot or something.
No, but just using his fist.
Okay.
A chain would be in the trunk, and that's not on hand right now.
Tire iron.
I was like, he does have a switchblade, but he's not busting that out right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
School fights have a way of attracting attention, so there's quickly a crowd gathering.
All right, I swing my fist at the nearest stupid football player,
and you hit him. I think it's just like 1d6. I think for brawl.
It's for fists, it's a D3 plus whatever DB is.
Oh, damage something.
Damage bonus.
Damage bonus or something. Yeah, you don't have any brass knuckles or anything that on you, so.
So I guess.
So just the 1d3.
Yeah.
So roll 1d3.
Oh, nice. All right. You clock him in the jaw, and you feel something crack in his jaw, maybe like a tooth or something crack. Clara.
I just really wanted to get him off. I'm gonna be ready to like trip somebody if they come near me.
Okay. No one else seems to be jumping in. The other football players haven't made a move, but you do hear fight from behind you, and now people are going to start gathering. So.
Oh no.
That never happens in high school. So.
No.
Nowadays, everyone just gets their phones out and films it. So.
Yeah.
So she's ready, or she's just not going to do anything, or is she gonna?
I'll probably try to also persuade. Like that's enough.
Okay.
Like we don't really need to fight.
Okay. Make persuade roll. You can do psychology, whatever you're better at.
I'm looking at words. None of them are registering. There we go. Psychology.
Nice.
Oh, okay, she gets in. What do you say?
I think that's enough. Something like that. Claire is more persuasive than Maura is.
Okay. You know who, and it's probably Rufus. So if you get that reference. So, okay. So it is now Scott's turn. He's just like punched in the jaw, and he raises his hand to go punch, and then he's kind of looking around as he sees more people are arriving, and he's just like puts his hand in. He's like, I didn't do nothing, man, and you shouldn't have tried to attack me.
You attacked him.
Nah, man, you saw he made like a face at me, like he was gonna come at me, man.
A face doesn't mean that he's going to attack you.
He's like, whatever. And at this point, there are more people coming, including some teachers are starting to run up. So he just kind of brushes off his jacket, and he's like, "Clean that car up. That thing stinks."
Bye, jerk.
And we are just about out. Exactly. And he does spit up some blood. You maybe see a bit of tooth come out.
Oh no.
And we are out of combat.
Gotta go back to cleaning the car.
and the
Yeah.
teachers come up and go, "What's going on here? Who started it?"
It was Scotty.
Scott's walking.
Whatever.
I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Look, we're just trying to clean this car. Nothing happened.
Okay. So you guys, you've got the bucket now, and you get it all washed off, and everyone's left because now there's no fight. No one cares anymore. So, okay. So the fight's over. Almost clean car. What's next?
Well, now that the car is clean, I want to keep going towards the trees.
the trees.
Okay.
Yeah,
After the minor
trees,
distraction.
the trees, I guess.
Okay. You get over to where the trees are, and I would like everyone to make let's see what would be a good roll for this besides spot hidden. Give me a natural world roll.
Ooh,
to kind of look at the branches and the everything around it.
I don't have that good of a roll.
Okay.
A natural world roll?
A natural world roll. Yeah.
I stand no chance.
Oh
wherever
no,
that is.
I have nothing.
92. Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
Can I take a picture of it?
You certainly can, yes. Yep. Oh. Do you want to push that roll?
Don't do
But
it.
if-
Your
but if-
camera
but
might
if-
break.
Yeah,
No, I'm not pushing it.
okay. I'm gonna actually have Andrew roll. Nope. Okay.
Can
Roll for
I
David.
try? Can I try pushing the roll?
You certainly can. Yes. Yeah. Roll for David Attenborough.
There we go.
Nice. On further examination, in the pine needles that are kind of at the base of the tree, they're covered in some kind of pinkish, reddish goo. It's like a little trail of it, just kind of along, and then it's at kind of the lower branches of the tree, and then some of the needles have this like pinkish, reddish goo in there.
I'm just gonna try to follow whatever this little trail is. Not even gonna say anything.
Andrew's kind of what's going on? And he kind of starts to watch you walk away.
I'll pause for a second, turn back around. Look, right there, there's more of that pink stuff that we saw when we went to the pond. So I want to see where it came from.
Okay. Now everyone
I'm gonna
looks
turn right
and,
back around and
yeah,
keep
and
walking.
now and when she points exactly, you guys now see it. This would be the first time Soda Pop is seeing it, and it's
How pink is it?
Is it Pepto-Bismol pink?
No.
Is it-
No.
Okay.
Pink.
It's
Is it as pink as Clara's headset?
No. It is probably closer to red than like a darker pink. I guess would that be mauve? I guess would be the
Almost
Is it-
magenta.
Is it like
Yeah.
the middle of the Instagram logo?
pretty close. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty close. Okay. And it looks similar to what you would have seen the other night, except now you're seeing it in the daytime versus at night, it would look darker. But if you go to touch it, it would have the same feel.
Do they even have marshmallow peeps at this time?
Somebody Google that and find out if marshmallow peeps existed in 1957, I think is where we are. So, okay.
I'll say Vala will tell us. She's always on it.
Okay, yeah. And the trail leads across the grass.
1953.
1950. Okay, then it is possible. Yeah. Okay, all right. Love Google. The trail leads across the grass over to where the sidewalk. It's probably hot sauce.
And sitting out in the sun.
It leads across the grass because there's a row of hedges at the edge of the school property, and there's like a sidewalk that leads to the over to the middle school next. But there's a row of hedges that separate the middle school property from the high school, and the trail leads right into the hedges.
I'm gonna poke my hands in and start trying to rifle through, see if I could see anything.
Can I go to the other side of it?
You can, yeah. If you go to the other side, you don't see anything.
Huh.
Reaching in, that'd be kind of gross. Let's just do spot hidden again, just to be.
Soda Pop's gonna pick up a stick and start poking the pink substance.
Okay, it sticks to the stick, and it's like dripping. It's like just like this long, like kind of like saliva, just this long trail.
Gross.
Yeah, you reach in and you feel maybe a little bit of it in the hedge, but then like as you go further, it's gone.
Interesting. I don't know what left this here because there's nothing else in here. It just kind of stops.
Maybe I can fly. Or hover.
Delilah's gonna look straight up in the air.
There's nothing there.
She probably blinded herself by staring at the sun. Do we see any other instances of this outside of the hedge than what we've already seen?
Looking around carefully, no.
Okay.
It's like it's almost like it went into a wall and just kind of went through it but did not come out the other side. So you cannot tell if something emerged from the hedge, went over to the trees, or the other direction. There's no discernible, it came from here and went there kind of thing. So
Maybe we should go check out the pond later today. See if we can find any more stuff there.
Andrew says, I do need to go home first. My mom wants me to, always come home straight after school. But we could go 4 o'clock before dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Andy, you need a ride?
He's kind of like, sure, but can you drop me off like a couple houses away? My mom will get mad if.
Yeah, I get it. It's no big thing.
And she's just like, he's just like, I'm sorry, but go to the late evening. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna say everybody goes home to drop off their books or whatever. When you get home, Delilah, you go up to your room, and you have a small radio that's by your bed. And when you come in, the radio is on, kind of softly playing some of that dang rock and roll music.
That's interesting. I don't recall leaving it on.
And that's when you hear the music, even though it's low, it kind of fades out a little bit. And then you hear this voice speak out of the radio. It says, Delilah.
Hello?
Won't you come out tonight? It sings.
Where would I go if I go out tonight? Strange voice.
I'd like you to make a sanity roll first. because you are now talking back to the radio.
To be fair, in real life, I do that as well.
Okay, you managed to keep it together.
See, it's because in real life I do talk to the radio.
I do too.
I'm used to this now.
So you asked it, where would
I
come out?
go?
Let's go dancing, Delilah.
Let's go dancing where?
In the moonlight.
Dance with the devil in the pale moonlight.
I always ask that of all my victims. So. And then the music just seems to fade back in.
She is going to make a note of this in her notebook so that she can then tell the other people that she had a really weird experience.
You hear something behind you at your bedroom window.
All right, I'm going to look at it.
and it sounded like something, like a faint scratching sound.
Kind of like if trees are brushing against the window.
Yeah, except the window's open. So, and give me just give me a spot hidden, but it's going to be difficult.
Oh.
It's going to be, I need a hard spot hidden. Okay. As you spun, you saw something that looked like branches, but they were pinkish red, and they had been inside the windowsill and just kind of quickly pulled out.
You know?
So like it was scratching when you were talking to the radio and you spun around.
I will cautiously approach the window and just barely look out. I'm not going to put my head out.
Okay.
But just, see if I could see anything from being maybe 2 feet away from it.
Nah, you don't see anything. Except the windowsill looks like it's just slightly wet.
I'm going to inspect that.
Okay.
Is it a pink ooze?
It is a pink ooze.
It's always the oozes with Tom.
It's easy.
Well, because Delilah is a science nerd, she probably has beakers and vials and stuff. So she's going to go grab one and scoop some into it and put the cork in.
Okay. Let's take a look at your character sheet for a second. All right. Yeah, we're gonna have you do that. Yeah, you probably scoop it up, put it into it. Okay.
Put it in my little bag for when I go back out.
Okay.
Make sure my window's closed. Make sure my radio's off.
Okay. And the radio plays this song called "Come Go With Me," which you recognize, but seems sort of odd that like it was kind of just this nameless music, and now it's like this specific song comes on the radio.
Interesting. She's also going to jot that down in her notebook.
Okay.
She's a very studious person.
Okay. And it's getting close to 4:00, and it would be time to meet up again at the pond with the kids.
Clara lives
Oops.
close to Delilah, I believe.
Yes.
So I'll probably just go out to the street and wait until I see her,
Okay.
and we'll walk off together.
Okay. And and we lost a player.
Soda pop.
Hopefully they will be back. Okay, yeah, and Andrew comes chatting up, and he's like, okay, and he's got a backpack on this time. You presume it's probably his notepad and his pencils, and he's like, Clara, you got your camera?
I got my camera.
Okay, hopefully
Hey,
you better luck this time.
Before we go,
Mhm.
I want to show you guys something. I'm just going to pull out the little vial.
Sure.
Huh.
Where'd you get that?
My windowsill.
What?
What?
Yeah, I went into my room and the radio was playing, which is odd because I turn it off before I leave for school. And there was this voice that was telling me to come out tonight so we could dance in the moonlight. And then I heard something at my window and I went and looked and I didn't see anything. I saw some branches, but there's trees all over the place. And then I saw this stuff on my windowsill. So maybe we should be a little bit cautious tonight.
Are you sure it wasn't like a normal song?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't a normal song. Later, Come Go With Me was on, but
I love that song. The song's great.
Huh.
But before that, no, it said Delilah.
You must have been hearing things.
It's a good possibility. There's a lot of weird things happening, so it could just be an auditory hallucination.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that we're all safe, just in case this pink ooze is something we have yet to discover in science.
The mystery of the ooze. Okay, we will assume that Soda Pop meets up with the kids at the pond. You probably go in to the. I'm sorry. Hold on. Thank you, Crash. Yeah. We will see that they arrive back at the pond, and now in the daylight, the fading daylight, you can see better that trail of slime is still. There's still just some residue of it in the dirt. That weird kind of track trail from the pond to the yeah. Yeah, I was dancing around this. It was not "Hey There, Delilah," but yeah, the trail is still there. You can't quite tell if it's any more fresh. If you really wanted to get down and get into the mud and get your hands dirty, you could probably make some science rolls. Let's see what if you would really like to.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look. Not medicine isn't gonna really.
I've got chemistry.
Yeah. Well, if you're trying to get maybe like another sample, I would allow chemistry. What do you want to do, Clara?
Probably try to take some more pictures.
Okay. I'll let you make your photography roll at advantage. because now you're like, okay, I got this steady. The's no fingers in the way. I'm gonna.
There's daylight.
There's daylight.
Daylight.
Yeah. So why don't you take your pictures first before she gets down and starts? Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah. So you think you've gotten you definitely think you've gotten some good solid pictures. Okay. She using color film, or I would assume so.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, so.
Color
We'll
film.
just say yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and make your chemistry roll.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. What is she trying to do? She just kind of describe.
So she's going to be seeing if she can determine if there's any fresh stuff there. And probably scrape up some of the dried stuff.
Okay. Yeah. She does find some of it is more wet than she had seen previously.
Is that on the top or below?
It is on the top.
Okay.
So there does appear to be something fresh along here, but then you've also got that bottom layer there.
Mm-hmm. Clara?
Yes?
Can you get a closer photo here? It seems like the top portion of this ooze is wetter than the bottom, which seems like it's counterintuitive. But
yeah.
Can you take a photo of it?
I can take a photo of it.
There was a bird flying by or something, or a squirrel or something like that. So.
Darn squirrels. Can I?
Andrew kind of hunches down there, and he's kind of drawing the trail and stuff, and he kind of starts walking over to the pond. He's like, looks like the water's a little clearer today than it was the other day, and he's peering over.
Don't get too close, and I'll start walking towards him.
What could possibly happen to Andrew? Let's see. Yeah, this is probably good enough here. And he's like, nah, I don't know. He goes, it's clearer than it was the other day, but I still can't make anything out.
Since I've walked up near him, do I see if it's any clearer as well?
Yeah, go ahead and make a spot hidden. I'm going to let you roll it at advantage this time because you've been like kind of laser focused. So. Okay, Eagle Eye. You are able to peer down, and you do see in the depths of the water, now that the sun is at a good angle, something that looks a round shape with a smaller circle at the top of it. You're kind of peering down at it. It's gray, but you see some hints of shiny, like silver kind of shapes on it, and you almost wonder if these are the things that Andrew felt when he was underwater. You would have to get a whole lot closer though to totally confirm it though. But with your eagle eye, elven eyes, whatever, yeah, you laser focused, you can pick it out now. So what he drew, you're kind of seeing it now.
Okay, Delilah's going to be silly and she's going to try to get a little bit closer.
Okay.
She'll step into the water.
Okay.
Careful.
I know.
What happened last time?
I'm getting ready to like hit swim to see if I make it.
That's when the pond starts to vibrate. There's this like low hum. This
I'm gonna step back out.
that kind of builds from the pond.
I'm gonna
And as soon as you step out, it goes.
step back in again.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll put like 1 foot in.
Nothing happens.
Maybe it's 2 feet.
Andrew picks up and throws a rock in. And as it sinks in, he goes, starts to vibrate again.
For
Do we
science sake. Yes, the
For
pond is
science.
purring. For science sake, I want to take out the little vial that I have with the ooze from the windowsill and kind of just hold the glass portion into the water. Not submerge fully, just kind of put it in there, see if there's
Put it
any
in the water?
reaction to that.
Nothing.
Ah, heck. I'll go take a step in again. Both feet.
Okay. Both feet?
But I'm not going to like walk in. I'm just going to like step in.
Okay. Nothing happens this time.
Interesting.
Clara, can you give me, I believe it's a listen roll?
Yeah.
Give me a listen roll, please. Boom. Oh, boy.
She can listen.
Something you hear a rustling in the trees from behind you, like kind of up the trail where you came down. It sounds like something's moving back there.
Hey, guys.
Yeah?
Andrew turns around.
I think there's something behind us. Like something's definitely moving over there.
Shall we go look while we still have daylight?
Andrew kind of, yeah, let's go.
Safety in numbers. Do not separate.
Andrew looks around for another rock, like picks up a rock and is holding it. And he kind of steps in front of the girls.
I'll pick up
our
a
hero.
stick.
Okay, pick up a good stick. Okay. And you begin to creep forward into the bushes.
Do we see anything, hear anything?
Give me a listen roll, please. And you can make another listen roll, Clara.
Okay.
I hear nothing.
Ooh.
Ah.
Okay. It's up to Andrew then. All right, my friend. Actually, he has a 50 in listen. Let's see.
I also had a 50 in listen.
Boom.
Ooh.
Nice.
Andrew goes, it's moving, and it sounds like it's... And that is when you feel something swirl around your ankles. And if you look down, it is these pinkish reddish tendrils that swirl and they pull around each of your ankles.
I'm going to try to dodge it.
Yanks and yanks. and yanks you.
I'm going to whack it.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Go ahead. If you want to make a brawl roll to try to, you can like hack at it with your hands or something.
Well, she's got a stick.
Yeah, she's got her stick. Okay, yeah, you hit it. It doesn't seem to let go.
I don't have anything, so I'm going to just try to like smack at it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay.
Probably having a PTSD flashback from the water.
Yeah. Delilah, can you make me a sanity roll, please?
I had to say it.
You had to say it. Yes, you did. Okay. So we're gonna see. Okay. 6. Oh, not 1x6, Tom. You're gonna lose 2 sanity.
Okay.
The vines or whatever they are seem to kind of just, they're pulling you towards the pond.
Delilah's going to be screaming.
Okay.
Andrew, help me.
Andrew's going to try to smash his rock down on the vines that are holding his leg. No.
Nope.
No.
And go ahead.
When I hit it, did I at least loosen it so I can like hop out of it?
Try it again. Try hitting it again. Oh, no.
Sadness.
I hate to. I'm gonna roll for another character, because I think Soda Pop would help. I don't think he would just stand there and
and watch everyone get dragged
yeah,
away.
exactly. So I'm going to get him involved. I don't know what happened to him. Hopefully he'll be back.
Well, I mean, the good thing is he's got a knife. He said he has a switchblade.
Yes, and that's what he's going to use. He is going to try to cut at the.
Cool.
Okay, yeah, he slashes at the vine that's on Clara's ankle, and it kind of breaks apart, and it does this little more of that pink stuff seems to just spurt out of it.
I'm gonna scramble away.
Okay, yeah, and you're able to kind of pull it off your ankle, but it's now the stuff's all over your hands, and the piece he cuts, it slithers back into the underbrush, and he's going to go over and now try to cut at Delilah. Yep, and he actually stomps his foot down on the tendril and just slashes at it and cuts it off, and it is off her ankle now. Now poor Andrew is getting pulled to the pond, and what's funny is you don't see any of these things coming out of the pond. They're only coming out of the underbrush, so it's weird how he's being pulled to the pond. Or is he being pushed by these tendrils? It's all happening so quickly, but nothing is coming out of the pond, but it's almost like something's like taking him to the pond. So we're going to see if he can make one more roll. Oh, God, poor Andrew.
Oh, no.
Andrew is about halfway into the pond. His feet are starting
I'm
to get
going to go run towards him and start trying to pull on his arms.
Okay. Yeah, give me a strength roll.
Okay.
I will also try to help.
That is a big fat no for me.
He slips out of your hands. Okay. And we'll see if Clara can.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. You've got him. Okay. And Soda Pop's going to come over and try to make one more chop at these vines. Okay. Clara's about the only thing holding.
Can I grab the knife from Soda Pop?
Sure.
And can I try it?
Try rolling your brawl.
Okay. My brawl's not good, but
we'll
try.
We're gonna do one more try.
No.
You miss, and Andrew is pulled into the pond and goes under.
Oh no.
That's when you hear this song get whispered from somewhere. Delilah, you don't know where it's coming from because your radio is not anywhere by. And it says, Delilah, won't you come out tonight? Come out tonight.
I'm
that
probably
what
going
you
to
were
be
hearing?
distracted.
I need another
And-
sanity roll from you, please.
Okay.
And actually, Claire, I think I need a sanity roll from
Oh,
you too,
no.
because someone has now been pulled underwater. Okay, Delilah, you're holding it together.
Trying to remember where sanity was.
Yeah, I was going to say minimize. See, Claire's fine
You
too.
got it. Okay.
I'm probably too distracted. I'm probably going to try to go in the water after Andrew.
Okay.
Wait. So when Andrew gets pulled in, I'm still holding on to him.
Yeah, that's part of the problem. You're starting to get pulled in too.
Oh,
You want to let go?
No.
Okay. Okay. Give me one more strength roll. And I'm going to let you make an advantage, Claire, because you're like digging your heels into the mud.
So one advantage, is that like a +1 to bonus
Yeah.
dice?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. You give one more yank and you pull Andrew up out of the water.
Yay.
And you guys basically just like crash into the mud.
I'm going to go right next to both of them, make sure that everyone's okay.
Yep. And Andrew's spitting up water. He's like, I'm getting tired of going in that pond.
I can imagine.
Yeah. His ankles have like, he kind of pulls down his sock and he has kind of like a mark on his ankle where it like was like burning and pulling into the skin. You all have something like that. You now have a mark on your ankle.
Well, at least we all match.
And then the water in the pond starts humming again.
Maybe we should get away from here.
Yeah, can we go home for now?
I think that would be an excellent place to stop for tonight. So, I want to thank my players. I hope you guys are enjoying the game.
Yes.
And unfortunately, we lost Aloysius. Hopefully, he'll be back at some point, hopefully for next week. So, how is everybody feeling? Feeling good?
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Feeling anxious?
Yeah.
Okay. No, mama's not a tattoo. Okay. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap up for tonight. I want to thank again my players for coming along on this journey with me. And I believe we are playing next Friday. So we'll pick up again with the next episode of the Red Scare. So again, if it's your first time watching, thank you. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel. And we will see you again in the next episode. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.